What up, what up, what up? It's your boy D, back at you with another video. So today we are going over Survivor Series War Games. I'm going to give you my full thoughts on the pay-per-view that went down last night. We're going to get into it. Now, I thought overall this was a solid pay-per-view. At some very high spots, had some splash and misses, some splashes, but it gave a great amount of intrigue and a great preview of where WWE storylines are going next. So I'm very excited to get into this pay-per-view and talk about it with you guys. I had to watch the Steelers game first, that's why you're getting it now. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, first match was Women's War Games. We had Candice LeRae, Raquel Gonzalez, Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, and Miss Tiffy Time. You feel me? Versus Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Io Sky, and Naomi. Happy birthday, Naomi. It was your birthday last night. Happy birthday. So, I thought this match kind of had two parts to it. It was like the first half of the match was a little just chaotic and sloppy. Like that first 5 minutes between Bayley and Nia Jax felt like a long ass time. And even, I'll get to the men's War Games later, but even in the men's, there were certain spots that like felt very long, to where I kind of feel like what they should do is, for War Games going forward, just as like the stipulation, is to get rid of the first part being 5 minutes before an entrant enters. I feel like they should just make it all 3 minutes, because 5 minutes felt like a long time in this match. There was a lot of weird spots, like Nia with the chair it just looked weird. I laughed my ass off when she was about to hit the chair to Naomi, and Naomi kind of put her head in the way, and Nia Jax goes, "Move, bitch." That shit had me screaming. I was laughing my ass off. And like, I think, now, with that being said, okay, let's talk about Nia Jax, okay? I've seen all the online backlash and the unnecessary amounts of hate she is getting for this match. And this is what I got to say to that. Y'all got to chill, okay? Y'all are doing the absolute most, okay? Was this the best match that she's worked this year? No. Be the first one to tell you, no. She has put on. She has improved greatly in her championship run. She has been mountains better. She had a great match with Naomi, last week on SmackDown? Nia Jax is it's been very improved. And she's doing a great job in her character and with a lot of the matches she's in. Okay, so maybe this one wasn't as good as the other one. Maybe she didn't have a great performance in this one. But that don't mean we gotta just blatantly come out and just disrespect her. Like, Nia Jax has done a great job as champion, in my opinion. And I just think people are just doing the absolute most for no reason. It's just, I feel like it's because it's the cool thing is to slander somebody. But like, we going a little too far now. Like, god damn, like, they're like, oh, she ruined the match. Y'all need to chill, okay? Just shut up. Like, it's one of the things where it's like, yeah, bro, y'all need to chill. And like, I understand there's some people who are giving her criticism. I understand. Certain criticisms I can get. But like, people are, oh, she's always been trash. I've been like, just, no. No, she hasn't. She's been doing a great job, and I want her to continue to do a great job. And she'll get better. I promise you, she'll get better. I guarantee you the next match she probably has will probably be a banger to get rid of this match. It's really okay. It's not that deep. It's really okay, and we'll move on. okay? And if you really look at it, that was the most important part about the second half of this match, because I thought the second half of this match was really great. Io Sky went and got busy. If you ask me, my MVPs of this match was Io Sky and Tiffany Stratton. I thought those two dives that they did off the ring, out of the ring, were fucking fire. Okay, I thought Io Sky hitting a moonsault in a trash can is nuts, and the Swanton Tiffy hit off the top of the cage was nuts. I loved every moment of that right there, and I love the storytelling of, like, you have Nia and you have Liv both laid out on the ground. And then Tiffy goes into, she picks up his trash can, digs in the trash can, and she has her Money in the Bank briefcase in the trash can. And they're both laid out. And it's kind of like you have that moment of who is she going to cash in on? And then Raquel gets up and goes, "What are you doing? What the hell are you doing?" "Oh, no." And Tiffy's like, "No, I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it." And then Io Sky picks up the fire extinguisher, sprays everybody, and when she's getting sprayed, Rhea Ripley handcuffs Raquel to the turnbuckle. I thought that was very creative and a very different spot in the match that I absolutely loved. I loved how Rhea Ripley looked in this match. I thought the look she had on was badass, and it makes sense that, like, I know people are mad that Rhea Ripley won the match and she pinned Liv Morgan, but it makes sense to me. Only thing that didn't make sense is, like, what did this have to do with the whole Jade Cargill spot? That one's concerning. So I'm excited to see where they go from there with that, because it was kind of stupid at first. That was, like, the only part of the storyline I would say that was left out of the match. That was like a whole of just, what did all this have? They could have won the match. If they were going to win the match anyway, what did Jade Cargill getting attacked have to do with anything? So that would be one question. And then the other question is, you look at Liv Morgan, right, who's your champion. Liv Morgan ain't beating no fucking Rhea Ripley clean. No. If you look at, if this wasn't professional wrestling, and you look at Liv Morgan, and you look at Rhea Ripley, and I had to put my money on who would win the fight, I think everybody in the world would pick Rhea Ripley to bust her ass. It makes sense. It's very obvious. So the fact that, like, Liv had to go get a bat to get in the cage, and the fact that, like, Liv was kind of scared of being alone with Rhea and she's running away. Liv is a chicken shit heel, and that's what she's supposed to be. She does her job very well. And I like the ending of the match, the riptide through the table off the top rope. I thought was fire. So if you ask me what I would give this match, I'll give it a B-. I thought it was a solid match. Did it start slow? Were there some very, like, choppy spots? Yes. I would definitely agree, but I do think it was a solid effort. I don't think it's better than the more games last year, but that's fine. Just because it wasn't better than the one last year does not mean it's trash, okay? I thought it was a dope match. There was very dope spots. I do love this, and it does get me excited to see where we go from here with the Women's U.S. Championship Tournament and now the Intercontinental Championship Tournament starting tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. It gave me the intrigue. It gave me some insight. It gave me, like, that interest of where we go and where we're going next, and that's exactly what I wanted to see. So shout out to the women for that match. All right, the next matchup we are going to talk about is LA Knights versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I did not fucking expect Shinsuke Nakamura to actually win the United States Championship. That shocked the shit out of me. What? Honestly, it's funny because on Friday Night SmackDown, Shinsuke Nakamura had a brand new entrance. At Survivor Series, Shinsuke Nakamura had a brand new entrance. It was way different than one he had on SmackDown. And it actually looked way more badass. It looked way more sinister. He is a very brand new character, and he's dark, and the way, like, he, like, very much just strategized against LA Knight, and he won, which was a very big shocked because I did not expect Nakamura to actually beat LA Knight at all. And now that Shinsuke Nakamura is the champion, does LA Knight just go back and get the title? Does this open up more of a storyline and a plot for LA Knight? I have questions in that area, in that regard. Or does LA Knight go into the Royal Rumble? Does he go back to the main title picture? Where does LA Knight go from here? That's going to be one of my questions too. So I found, like, I'll give this a B. It was a really good match. But to me, it was one of those things where I'm more excited about the storyline afterwards. And to me, that gives big points to me. Actually, I lied. I'm going to give it a B+. Because you will always get a plus from me if you make me more excited to see what the fuck's going to happen on Friday Night SmackDown or Monday Night Raw after the match. And this match did it for me because now I have more intrigue, more thoughts of where we're going with this character. And that's actually what I wanted to see. So, congratulations to your new United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Alright, next matchup is Braun Breaker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. Okay, so this match is, to me, A-. Tell you right now, match was a banger. It was physical as hell. They beat the dog shit out of each other in this match. And then more importantly, everybody got over. Okay, everybody did their job tonight. Ludwig Kaiser, it looked like a tough son of a bitch, okay? Sheamus is a dog. And obviously, Sheamus has the biggest storyline in this match. Sheamus is trying to become a Grand Slam champion, and all he needs to do is win the Intercontinental Championship so he can be a Grand Slam champ. And then you got the dog, Braun Breaker. Listen, he's the motherfucking feature. I don't understand how you can't watch this match and not think Braun Breaker is a future world champion. You want to know what match to me is money? Where I'm like, here, take my money. Here, have it. Nope, you can have my bread. Take my cash. Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu. Take my money. Do you know how fire of a match that would be? Oh my God. These dudes are different. And just Braun Breaker, he hit Ludwig Kaiser with one of the nastiest spears. I was like, oh shit. And then he hit, and then even Sheamus with that little knee he does, and then the bro kick. They were out there battling, putting on a show. I loved every moment of this match. You could see the welts on their bodies. Shout out to Braun Breaker for retaining the title. I don't care if they run this match back again or they do a different combination of it. I don't care. Give it to me because this match cooked on all levels and I absolutely would not mind seeing it again. Now, next matchup is Gunther versus Damian Priest. I thought this match was very good. I give this match a B+. And the reason why I don't give it an A- is because of the Finn Balor run-in. I don't think you really needed that because, I'm honestly, I don't really care to see Finn versus Damian again. I understand that's a storyline. That's a long-going storyline. I understand that. But, it's kind of just one of those matches I'm like, okay. I'm not really against it, but I'm just like, all right, cool, I guess. I guess so. And I feel like that's why I can't give it and, put it in that A category. But solid match nonetheless. I really did enjoy it. I thought Damian Priest's selling hit that shoulder injury. All match was absolutely dope. I loved the way he looked with that arm injury and how he fought through. And I love the doubt that Damian Priest put into him. I thought it was dope. I thought just that, I don't know if I can beat this guy doubt was perfect for what the character needed as in Gunther as your world champion. And I love how once Finn Balor interfered, Gunther fucking kicked Finn Balor's head off his shoulders. Basically just being like, fuck that. Nah, I'm finishing this on my own. I'm busting his ass and I'm putting him to sleep. And that's what Gunther did at the end of the match. I thought this match was very solid. Really loved this match. So shout out to Gunther and shout out to Damian Priest. All right. Now, we got to talk about this John right here. This John right here, we have the new bloodline, which is Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Big Bronson Reed, and the Tongans of Tama Tonga and Tongaloa versus OG Bloodline. You have Sami Zayn, The Usos, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. A+. Yes, I fucking said it. A+. A+ match. Now, I think I said this in the last video. I'm going to say it again. CM Punk, Roman Reigns, WWE, if you're watching me, magically you see this somewhere in the world, on the internet, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Take my money. Because if you saw the facial expressions, the emotion, the dislike for each other, how they had to fight together to beat the bloodline, that is printing its own type of money. That is the matchup we need to see. I don't care if you do it at SummerSlam, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania 42, because I know we need to see Roman and Rock. I understand that. So if we got to do it at WrestleMania 42, so be it. But there is no absolute way you can look at Roman Reigns versus CM Punk and not go, this match will make so much money and put the industry in a different stratosphere. Holy shit. Okay. I need to start by saying Roman Reigns versus CM Punk is one of the biggest money matches that the WWE can make right now. That's right. I'm saying it and I'm stamping it. I stand on business when I say that if you didn't see that match, if you saw that match and looked at those two and didn't say, yo, this is going to draw money, I need to see this match, you didn't watch the match right. You didn't watch that match right. There's no way you can leave War Games, Survivor Series War Games, Bloodline versus Bloodline, not go, I need to see Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. I love that. And then we talk about who were my MVPs of this War Games match. Jacob Fatu, as expected. This motherfucker is just different. The way, he looked like they made him look like $1 million. Like, the way, he would just get hit with shit and then just bounce back up and be like, hell no, what's up with it? The way he got his offense off on CM Punk, he got his offense off on everybody in that match. But the second person who I would make my MVP, honestly, you'll be surprised, is Big Jimmy Uso, okay? Shout out my boy Big Jim, okay? Jimmy Uso, if we weren't familiar with his game, he put on last night. He absolutely put on. I believe he broke his toe or something like that as well. Rest up. Hope you get better, Chief. That boy put on out there for our enjoyment and entertainment. And then the way they just wove in those storylines last night was absolutely incredible. Shout out to Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed literally felt like he was in the bloodline. There was no slips in there at all of him in that bloodline. He didn't feel out of place one bit. If anything, him and Bronson Reed, Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed as a tag team, different. And honestly, I feel like, listen, you put them boys in the tag team division, WrestleMania, you put them, that's the biggest matchup you can possibly have maybe for the tag team championships right now. Because I do feel that DIY is going to split. So because I think they're going to split, could you imagine Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed versus the Usos at WrestleMania for the tag titles? Take my money. Take my goddamn money. That is a banger of a match. What? Even you can also do Solo and Jacob, either or. But bro, what? And then you imagine they hit the 1D on Bronson? Oh my god. Pause. Oh my god. That shit would be crazy. And that was another, like, I loved seeing like the Usos really get back together in stride with the double super kicks. And when they hit the 3D on Jacob through the table, I was like, oh wow, I haven't seen that move in so long. And the way Michael Cole's like, 1D, it was perfect. Everything about that moment was perfect. Even Sami Zayn and Jimmy, when they started to do the handshake, I loved that. You could see the uniting of them was perfect. And then you talk about Roman Reigns, okay? I loved how Roman Reigns had to do the splash to get them in, to get in the ring. I love how he found his way to get into that cage. I loved that. I loved the way Solo even got in the cage by just being like, no, fuck that. Bring everybody's head here. Bang, bang. I loved that. And then let's talk about just the little antics that you got to see from Roman Reigns and CM Punk, of being like, when CM Punk wanted to get in the cage, put his arm out and said, you ain't getting in that fucking cage yet. Sammy, get in there. I love that. And then when the cage opened and it's just Roman Reigns and it's just Punk in the cage and Roman's about to walk out, CM Punk's like, move, bitch, get the fuck out. I'm moving. I'm walking in there. I love that. Everything about this was just absolutely perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And then you talk about the two big splashes off the cage with Bronson, big ass Bronson Marie doing that splash off the cage. Are you fucking serious? I heard you sprained, or he fucked his ankles up. I hope he gets well. I hope Jacob Fatu is doing well. If he did ever hurt his knee, I hope he's Gucci. Big Jim, that splash off the tape, that splash is fucking crazy. They really put on for us. They put on an absolute clinic. And then I loved how at the end of the match, Roman Reigns and CM Punk actually shook hands. That made me go, wow. Never thought I would ever see that again. That's grown man shit right there, okay? AEW needs to learn the lesson. Two people who did not like each other at all. At all. One of the biggest reasons why Punk left was because how they were all on Roman Reigns' balls about having to put him over when they fought in 2014 at Old School Raw. That was an issue. And Roman Reigns has openly said, I don't like the guy. He made my life hard. Da-da-da. That's how you put your differences aside, like grown-ass men, and go get this money. Because if you looked and saw what they did last night in Vancouver at Survivor Series, they went and got that bag. That shit was electric. That is exactly what we needed to see. That was perfect. I enjoyed every bit of that match. Even to the walkout. When they got out that ring, they all hugged Paul Heyman. And CM Punk said, I'm gonna come back for that favor when I need it. And we're all asking, what is that favor? What the fuck is that favor? And Roman Reigns just looking at Paul, wrapping his face, was just like, let's go. Because we're all still like, what is that favor? And it has you asking yourself that question. Will Paul Heyman go back to being a Paul Heyman guy next to CM Punk? Will Paul Heyman go back to standing in the corner of CM Punk? That would be crazy. Because the last thing Punk said, before all of this happened, I think it was in July or June, CM Punk was on Friday Night SmackDown. Paul Heyman came out, and this is when Paul Heyman was still with Solo. And CM Punk was just like, is there anything I can do for you? Do you need some help, man? Are you all right? And all Paul Heyman said was, take me with you. You could tell how tired and beat he was from just hanging out with Solo in the New Bloodline. It was perfect. absolutely perfect. And the last thing I want to talk about this Bloodline match was I loved how they all beat the dog shit out of Solo at the end of the match to win the match. And then more importantly, I loved how Solo was just sitting there like, it didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to be this way. All you had to do was acknowledge me. I love that. And that moment right there, in my opinion, that's what's going to end up actually setting up Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa at Saturday night's main event for the Ula Fala. That's what I think is going to happen. And will Roman Reigns regain his power officially as the tribal chief? I absolutely enjoyed Survivor Series. I thought it was very much dope. A lot of good moments, and it did do its job. I know some people are upset that The Rock didn't come out. It's really okay. It's not that deep. Shit happens. I don't think we necessarily needed The Rock because of so much fucking storyline we got in this match. I don't think The Rock was an ultimate need. I really don't. And that's beautiful because when we get to Raw on Netflix January 6th, we gonna need The Rock. Guaranteed. So I'm excited to see where we go from here from this. Shout out to Vancouver. We're a very spotty crowd. Sometimes y'all were dead silent and sometimes y'all were lit. We need a little bit more energy when they go to the baseball field. It's the same stadium that WrestleMania 18 was in. We need a little bit more energy, but you know how WWE is, bro. They're only going to get better. It's only going to get more live and more live as this industry continues to go through the boom period that it is currently in. So, thank y'all for listening to me ramble. Thank y'all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Yo, you know I duck no smoke when we trying to get this channel to keep on going up. But more importantly, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Forever gang. And until forever finds you.